song in the background, and as a result, I'm sorry, it knocked me off. So I'm waiting on everybody to jump back on, and we can get started. This is crazy. It knocked me off. Carly, you too loud, babe. I'm sorry, AJ. You are too loud. Don't come back out of there no more. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. For whatever reason, it knocked me off. Well, it's not whatever reason. It knocked me off because it heard the Cardi B song in the background. So I'm gonna let Will jump back on because he's gonna start this thing off from last week, if you will, when we talked about the gals and goals and things of that nature, and or goals and grinding and all of that, and the different types of businesses that you can start and things of that nature. So I'm gonna give it another 2 or 3 minutes and then let everybody else jump back on. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties. Good job, Will. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to this thing or why it did that, but it's so weird how it has the ability to pick up songs in the background. Like, technology is crazy. So I am about to get ready to introduce you, Will. I'm going to give a few more people time to jump on, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to invite some folks too that were on here. Sharing. Will, I'm sorry. I want you to hit like, Will, if you're ready to come on board so we can get ready to get started. So I'll go ahead and start it. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but at any rate, so again, those who don't know me, I'm Toy. Basically, I'm a certified professional life coach that specializes in money management, personal and professional growth. I see your likes, Will. I'm about to bring you on. So last week, we had some technical difficulties as well, y'all. I'm gonna eventually figure this thing out, but we did the grind and grow your goals segment, and we weren't able to bring my special guest on, which is Mr. Will Scott, who knows all about businesses, building businesses and things of that nature, and the different types. So before we go any further, yeah, I'm gonna have to remove these comments because it's got me laughing and acting silly. I'm trying to stay on task here. At any rate, the name of the business is I Can't Coaching. We all know the motto. I can't let anything control my mind, mood, or money. The subsidiary of that is Miss Budget Boss, which I am in the process of building an online school for kids who specializes in who will specialize, in helping kids prevent financial struggles, debt, and things of that nature before they start making money. So now that that's out the way, I want to bring Mr. Will Scott, let me find you on here so that we can get you started, and then we'll get into the topic of the day. Hey, Mr. Golden. We're adding you, Will.
Mhm.
Hey, how you doing?
Right.
Thank you so much for being on here with us tonight. I know it's a late call, but again, thank you. Guys, I've been knowing Will for a really long time,
Yeah.
and he's helped me out tremendously in all of my businesses in terms of helping them grow and taking them to the next level. Oftentimes, we don't know where to start, what type of business we want, if we want a partnership or a nonprofit organization and things of that nature. So Will specializes in those things. He does a wealth of things. We can do a whole live on what he do, but we're just gonna
Mhm.
keep it simple and stick straight to the types of businesses and things of that nature. Right now, Will, it's on you.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay. I think like the question was, hey, what can I do to, uh, what kind of business can I come up with? How can I make money? No, and I would say the very first thing you want to do is to tap into, what you love. Now, what do you like? What are you interested in? You know, what's so cool is that, I am a certified nerd. I'm proud of it. But coming up in high school, I was always really good with numbers, and everyone assumed that I would be an engineer in math and science. You know, didn't realize that math could be also used for finance and business. So went to college, went for engineering, and I was like, I don't want to do this. And then my brother recommended business. Started that, and I was like, yeah, this is it. And from there, everything just kind of took off. So, go for what you like first. Second thing I would say is always look to learn. Get around some people that will challenge you. That's one of the reasons that I love hanging out with Toy. It's because she challenges everything. You be like, no, 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 you need to think that over again. And it's good. You need somebody that will won't just say yes to everything you say. Someone that said, no, that might lose some money. I don't know about that one. You know, so you can at least take it back to the drawing board, think about it, process it, get a better solution for another angle, and then come at it again. So I guess with that said, I guess I kind of open up the floor for any questions. Anyone have any questions or any comments to try and chime in? Yep.
Okay. So, what are some of the different types of businesses that people like to start in terms of which route they want to go? So, sole proprietor, 503(c)(1)s, LLCs, and corporations. Like, what's the differences between those?
Okay. 501c3 is a nonprofit. If you're really into doing something for the community, helping kids, helping senior citizens, making neighborhoods safe, making it better, then I would go 501c3 route. If you wanted to start a for-profit business, then you probably want to start off with an LLC. And that's a corporation for a starter corporation. If you've been around for a minute, you have been in for a business for a minute, then you might want to upgrade it from an LLC to just a regular corporation. So all of them protect you for if you were ever sued, or they separate the personal assets from the business assets. So that way you can actually, you can separate everything. You're safe.
Okay, so those are, oh, I'm sorry, were you done, Will?
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so that's important because again, I get asked that question a lot. What type of businesses do you have? How did you get started? How much did it cost? And all of those things. So, just to wrap this up, because this came from a last week discussion, and we really need to get into this week as well. I want you to tell them who you are, how they can contact you, and go from there.
Okay. My name is Will Scott. The name of my company is the Management Professionals. You can reach me at 901-485-7419. I'll actually put my number in the comments.
Okay, that's fantastic. Will, thank you so much for coming. And having this conversation with us, and we're going to get into part 2. Do not leave me.
I'm not. I'm still.
Stay on the
I'm
line.
staying
I'm
right
just
there.
messing with you. Okay, I'm about to switch topics, and again, thanks so much for jumping on here. Go ahead and leave your information in the comments.
You're welcome. No problem.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm about to get to it. So it knocked me off initially because of the music in the background. Wait a minute. You're still on here, Will.
I
I
know.
hope I don't know how to get you off. Wait. I know, right? Technology, I am not savvy. You can stay right there, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So anyway, I wanted to get into this thing, and the reason why I named it after the Cardi B, because she's hot right now, whatever, but she's saying a lot of stuff that's true. And oftentimes, you know, we make decisions in terms of being a hothead and popping off, if you will, before even thinking. So that song, you know, Kodak Black, and she says she gonna do what a who. I think a lot of that comes from, and I know it does, upbringing and background.
Yeah.
And we were taught, not necessarily just verbally, but from our environments, that if something happens, we gotta pop off.
Right.
We gotta be the stronger person. We gotta be the one that, you know, fight the hardest. And they say turn the other cheek, but a lot of us don't want to look feeble. So that happens a lot when you grow up in the hood, right?
Right.
Fighting in survival mode. I mean, it's almost like animals, if you will, with no structure. And people bring that over into adulthood, and that's when it becomes a problem. And I know y'all in the Bible, and I'll tell somebody 1,000 times over, Ecclesiastes 10, baby, there is a time for everything. And it says that it's a time for war and it's a time for peace. But as adults, y'all got to learn how to control it. These kids are out of control because of their environment. They see y'all as parents or us as parents acting a dang on fool and in pop-off mode over little bitty stuff. And as a result, that is their learned behavior. So the root of it, oftentimes, that anger, that you know, that ability to just pop off on any and everything. And I'm guilty of it, y'all. I'm preaching to myself, because when I was growing up, I was a tomboy. I kicked a lot of A's, Z's. I did. It was boys. You know, I didn't really fight. But I thought that that's what I had to do to prove a point. It really was point proving, right?
Mhm.
And then as I got older, I'm like, is this really worth it? You know what I mean? You build that reputation, you build that thing like I'm big and I'm bad and this, that, and the third. But when you take that over into adulthood and corporate America, baby, that don't work. It doesn't work. So
Right.
you gotta figure out first the root. And for me, my root was my environment growing up in North Memphis. Kicking and taking shame.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, seriously, it wasn't easy. But it wasn't because I didn't do it because that's something I wanted to do. It was done because I was picked on and I was bullied. So it hard. That's another thing for y'all got these little kids that's around here bullying people. They're gonna end up getting beat up by the person who they were bullying, because a scared person is probably the worst one to deal with. So what I'm getting at is, once you start growing, right, you have to learn how to channel that into something different. So working in corporate America, y'all, believe it or not, is how I learned how to deal with anger. Because as long as I was in my same environment, nothing changed. So in corporate America, I can remember how I had an issue with someone of a different race, and how I was basically the one that was called the threat. And I know it was because of the color of my skin. And my question was, how do you dictate or determine who the threat was when we were both using the same tone? We were both saying some of the same words. So how do you determine who the threat is? I'm confused. Mm-hmm. When I asked the question, and my question turned into, you are not my boss. Well, I'm not, but I'm kind of over you a little bit because you are in this position and I'm in this one, and I'm asking you something about my client. So I can't ask you questions about my client. So one thing led to another, and then we clashed.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who ended up getting fired? The threat.
Right.
But again, we use the same tone. So in that, I learned a lesson. And my lesson was I did what she did. And it's sad to say, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. I played the victim. I learned how to play the victim. I learned how to be like, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Let me break that down. I learned how to smile and play the soft role. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I learned how to say, oh my gosh. You pulled out by the police, honey. I am damn in distress, honey. Yes. I'm like, y'all see that breath? You got to take that deep breath. That's a part of it. You got, you got to hold it in. On the inside, I was cussing her out, going off, saying everything I wanted to say. But guess what? I didn't allow her to control my mind. Does that make sense? Remember that slogan? I always go back to it. I won't let anything, or I can't, I'm sorry, let anything control my mind. Because once she got in my head with this particular situation, and she made me raged. And that rage feeling that I had changed my mood. And I really wanted to fight, right? But I really was trying to get my point across. But I came off as the threat, right? Again, using the same tone, same body language. So again, whatever's in your mind is going to control your mood. And it ultimately affected my money. I got fired.
Mm-hmm.
I got fired. She still had a job. So when I tell y'all I can't let anything control my mind, mood, money, it starts in the head. Starts with the mind first. I'll say it every live. Everything in your head controls your body. Decisions you make controls your money. So it starts in the head, your mood. If you motivated, you gonna make money. If you demotivated, you ain't gonna make money. All of it goes hand in hand. Mind, mood, money.
Right.
Do you agree, Will?
I do. It makes sense.
Oh, sure thing, sure thing. So as I grew, y'all, let me get back to it. So as I grew, these are some things that I learned, and y'all can find a bunch of stuff on the internet. I don't do the internet stuff. I'm gonna just tell y'all real world experience, the things that I've learned from being able to control, or being able to not let other people control me. So the first thing I've learned how to do is smile, y'all. Just simply just smile and take a breath and think. Because nobody can challenge a smile. I mean, if somebody mad at you and you like, and it ain't got to be a fake smile. It's like one of them, you go one more time. I can't do this. We're not going to do this. Just calm down. First thing, smile and just, calm down. It's okay. You got to play the role. Y'all got to learn the role. If y'all learn the role. Smile. In your head, you can cuss them out, talk bad to them, talk crazy to them, all of that. But don't let it come out of your mouth. Because once you change what's going on in your head, then your body language starts to change.
Right.
Once body language starts to change, now my body language had to change with the first situation with the young lady when I got fired from that particular job. I wouldn't have been viewed as the threat. So had I done what she did in front of the manager, oh my God, then I would have still had a job.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up getting a 6-figure career right behind it, so I still won. Anyway.
Boom.
Right, you remember that, Will? It took me 3 months, baby. I took them 3 months off, and I got my life right. First of all, I was like, I ain't even making what I got in student loans. You know what I mean? You go to school for all this, and you got all these dang on student loans, and you barely making over that. Who do that? I did. But anyway, so everything happens for a reason. So again, I'm gonna get back to it, and I'm getting ready to close out. So yeah, it's very, very important, y'all, that you think what you want to think in your head to calm you down. That's very, very important. And once you start thinking in your head the things to calm you down, it's going to control your mood. So your body language is going to change, right? And then After that, you get your mind and you get your mood right, then you're positive, right? And if you are in a corporate situation to where you're at work or even with family, y'all, this goes for anything, because if you get into it with a family member and go to jail, you might lose your job. All of this is tied together. If you are at work and you throw blows, you're gonna lose your job. Y'all, it's not worth it. That's really the whole point. So I like Cardi B in terms of what she say, and she said she gonna do what who she know what y'all know in your head. Keep that in mind when she say that. That don't mean pop off. We gonna spin that thing. In your head, as long as she don't touch me, we good. 'Cause, if she touch you, then that's something different. But as adults, you have to know how to control that and hone that thing in. And I'm singing to the choir. I'm not always great at this, y'all. I'm learning just like y'all. But to make a long story short, I told y'all I wouldn't hold y'all long. It's 8 o'clock. My 30 minutes up. Actually, I'm cheating y'all a little bit because I had a few technical difficulties, but I don't like to be on here super long. But again, y'all, some things you can do is think it in your head, right?
Yeah.
Do that little fake smile. I like to laugh with it. That helps. Shoot out on me, y'all. You got to tell yourself something to change that mood and change the environment, honey, so you can keep your coins rolling. Don't let nobody have that. Don't let nobody have that. Don't let nobody push you over to the edge to where you got to be throwing blows in your 30s. So will. Not that she would do that. Don't do that. It's not worth it. Because at the end of the day, you are responsible for you. So if you have to take a time out or walk off, you aren't feeble because you walked off. Actually, you're the stronger individual, honey, because it take a lot. It take a lot to say, I'm not doing this today.
What you say?
Oh, I know for an actual fact. But I've learned, though. I'm telling y'all, every live is going to be about something that I experienced. I'm not going to get on here and talk to y'all cookie cutter like it's something that, I found on the internet. It's not going to happen. It's coming straight from the hip. I'm going to try to give y'all some tips, some things that y'all can do, some real things that y'all can do. Another thing I do when I'm ready to pop off that I found myself doing, I exercise. I have to go running or something. I have to get it out. That's another way for me to channel it, or I clean up. Oh, when I clean up, something wrong because I got a maid. And see me here scrubbing, I am stressed out. But that's some things that I do. And then I like to talk it out. That's important too. Talk to whoever it is, but while you're talking it out, I want you to keep this in mind. Think about whatever the root of it is that caused you to have the negative reaction that you had. Because if it came from childhood, if you were taught that if somebody hit you, you gotta hit them back, or somebody say, yeah. Well, if somebody say something crazy to you or that you don't like, or you feel that's disrespectful, that you feel like you always got to say something back, you don't. Like, you really don't. That's why I can't. The first thing come to mind when somebody come for me, I can't. I can't. I can't do this because I think about all the stuff that I have to lose. I got 4 babies to feed. You can't have that. You can't have my mind.
Right.
You're not doing that. You're not gonna control that, because then you're gonna make me respond a way that's not ladylike, and you're not doing that to me either. And I'm gonna keep on making these coins. Does that make sense?
Makes
All
sense.
right. Well, I'm getting ready to get off here. I got some stuff I gotta do. Y'all like this lipstick? Hold on, let me find some light.
Thumbs up.
I call myself trying to do something different for y'all. Every week I'm gonna do a different kind of lipstick. I'm not that great at it, but I tried. Anyway, so yeah. I'm getting ready to close out. Will, I want you to say thank you, Toy, for having me on your live. No, I'm just playing. Just playing.
Yes.
Thank you, Will, so much for Huh?
I said yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome, dear. I'll chat with you after. We will have you back again. We'll talk about when we get to talking about credit and all of that stuff. That's your lane. So we'll give them some tips on that and things of that nature. If you guys haven't already written down some tips from me, I'll put them in the comments if y'all want me to. Just put 3 dots or say you want them, whatever the case may be, or go back and rewatch the live and write them down yourself of some things that you can do. And I would like for you guys to also post in the comments things that you do when somebody tries to push you to that level, because I don't know it all. I want y'all to help me too, because y'all may be doing something different. And if you're doing something different, that can help me, that can help Will, that can help you. I just want us to share and learn and grow on my live. That's what this thing is all about. If y'all know somebody that need a positive influence in their lives, I'm that girl. Y'all have no idea how many people that I've helped in terms of getting over hurdles and accomplishing goals and things of that nature. I'm truly influential. Well, the ones who know me know, and I don't have to really convince you guys, because most of the people, all of the people actually on here that know me already know. So anyway, every Thursday, 7:30, I'll be back. And thank you guys for watching. Say it with me. I can't let anything control my mind, mood, or money. Peace out.